What's up, YouTube? Timmy's here. Now, with the new Hellraiser coming out pretty soon, this week I am posting my reviews for the Hellraiser films. So, here is my review for the second Hellraiser flick, simply titled Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Now, this movie was, of course, a follow to the first Hellraiser, which came out like a year prior, which was 1987. And this was directed by Tony Randall, who also directed other films like Children of the Night, Fist of the North Star, Tex, Amityville, like an Amityville movie. So he's mostly hasn't really directed anything too mainstay. But the sequel to Hellraiser is a train. You know, now, if you guys don't know much about the story here, it's about like young Chrissy Cullen, who is confined to a mental hospital, and she's of course played by Ashley Lawrence. It says her supposedly dead father who is stuck in hell, and he is controlled by the by this by this settle mustos demons after being betrayed by his by his evil, and so you got this Oculus, that's wife Julia, played by Claire Higgins. And few believe that Chrissy, few also believe Chrissy, except the Jill-seeking Dr. Chenard, played by Kenneth Cranham, who is intrigued by S&M and the young woman's lurid stories here. And so when Chrissy and fellow patient Tiffany, played by Mugen Borman, head to hell for a rescue, Chenard and Julia are very close behind, and once again, Lawrence once again reprises the role as Chrissy Coffin, and once again you got the Cenobites, who is once again led by Doug Bradley's Pinhead, and this movie is even as gruesome as the first film. I mean, if each take what you have for one about the Hellraiser movies, even the sequels that are not so good, the bloodshed gets even cooler with each sequels, and the bloodshed in this is a train. I mean, it is a really decent follow to the original. I mean, it's really, of course, the first film made tons of dough, so they decided to go ahead and quickly, give us a sequel, and it turned out pretty well. I mean, I thought Tony Mandel did a good job here. It is, of course, once again based on the story by Clive Barker. Of course, Clive Barker did not go on to return to direct this, which is something there. But it definitely does have the Clive Barker tone to it. It's still really a dream. And it's still really a dream follow. I mean, sometimes sequels sequels to great horror films could be hit and miss once in a while. But Hellraiser 2 as well, it's nowhere near as good as, let's say, Friday the 13th Part 2 or Child's Play 2 or even Halloween 2. It is a really cool sequel. We're checking out, obviously, better than the other sequels, which I'll be talking about here pretty soon. But Hellbound Hellraiser 2 is a really a train follow. It is really like the gore on this is a train. The acting isn't so bad. And of course, after this movie, there will go on to be a third film that Tony Randall will return to direct. So I'll get you that in a separate video. But yeah, not a bad follow in my opinion. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen Hellbound 2 Hellraiser or Hellbound Hellraiser 2? If so, what's your fan or not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Where would it rank in your the Hellraiser list? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simi sign